Hey, what is happening? Sawati Krap. It's 5:15 in the morning on an early Saturday morning. I'm standing at the top of Sukhumvit Soi 24. There goes a noisy garbage truck. The Prompong BTS is just above me. I'm pointing in the direction of the Courtier Mall. Off to the left here is another entrance to get up to the BTS. There's one behind me as well. And just a short distance up on the left is the Emporium Mall. And if we were to go on the skywalk above, we'd connect down to the M-Sphere Mall. The three together are now called the M District. And there's a nice little covered walkway that connects the three malls. But this is Soi 24, super popular street. I'm just gonna show you the top of it. I did videos showing the entire street and it takes an hour. So I'm just keeping it simple here as I'm running around enjoying some cool weather. I'm wide awake, so I might as well I haven't gone to sleep, so I might as well put some videos in the can and knock it out while it's cool. And I just walked by the motorbike stand. There's two guys standing by for 20 baht, race you down to the end of Soi 24. If your condos, call it a 10-minute walk away. I know the Davis Hotel is back there, the Marriott Serviced Apartments. They're a ways down 24. Beautiful street. This 24 reminds me, and I've said it often, of a street in New York City, just one high-rise apartment complex after another. Not so much, what do you call it, bank buildings and that type of thing, just big, beautiful condos with big, beautiful prices. It's no joke, some of these condos. 100,000 baht a month, not unusual at all. This place just opened at the top of the street. I don't see a name on it. I walked by with Boone and she said, oh, it's a Chinese nightclub. So yeah, I don't know if, I heard some different type of Asian music, so I'm gonna go with what she said. I don't know if I'll check it out, but you might want to give it a try. Oh, I can kind of read the sign in the dark there. No, I can't. Let me walk over there. I still can't even read it. I think it's Club Leon. There's a ton of legit massage places like this new The Sky Massage. There's one right behind me. On the left is an LEK massage. I should have pointed out there's one right at the BTS and Soi 24. Nature Thai Massage. These are all legit. Just up the way where you see that string of white lights is a little alley. I'll walk you up there. There's a little hanky-panky going up there. I think Mango Massage and a couple of others. Again, you'll be able to tell all the young ladies are sitting out front in short skirts and all. Where these places, it's uniformed masseuses and you don't pick your masseuse, that type of thing. Very short walk from the BTS is the Emporium Custom Tailor, and right there where it says welcome, my good buddy Arm has his barber shop in there, just 10 feet up. Usually he'll have his sign, he pulls it in when he closes, and he's not closed often. I think he's in there from 10 in the morning until 11 p.m., 7 days a week. And just up the way here, I'm gonna show you what he's hoping will be his second location. I'm super proud of the guy. I've known him since he was a one-man operation. Now he's got three people, well, two barbers and him working in this shop, and he's now gonna have two in this shop and two in another shop just up the way, as I'll show you. But right there where that motorbike pulled out, let's take a look up that little side Soi, and I'll show you the other little massage places. And believe it or not, at 5:15 in the morning, there's a couple of ladies sitting out front, so I want to be discreet. But Mango Massage on the right. Well, let's walk down here. The Orient Massage on the left. Normally, when you're walking down the street and look down this way, there's 50 ladies sitting out front of, call it, 4 massage places. Yeah, so it's an interesting place. And they have this bone and joint center. Knee and leg shape correction, hair advanced caring center. Okay, and there's another little massage place right over here. It's changed names a bunch of times, I think, but now it's called the 102. As I step back out onto 24 is the side entrance to the Emporium Mall. There's a gourmet market in there. It's really nice, a lot of expat items. There's a movie theater up on the top floor, a fairly affordable food court. Nothing's going to compare to the Terminal 21. Everything in there is 40 and 60 baht. At this food court, it's going to be those same items for 80 and 100 baht. So not a huge difference. I think what Boone, my girlfriend, told me is Terminal 21 is subsidized by the owner. It's kind of a everybody should be able to afford a hot meal type attitude. I've crossed the street to the Emporium side, but you can see a sign there. It says 234 and it says 5 in neon when it's lit. The Mutual Bar is up on the 5th floor. It's kind of an interesting cocktail lounge. It's not super cheap. You're gonna pay whatever it is, 350 baht for a cocktail and 200 baht for a beer. But it's a fun kind of old dark red and leather booths type place. Again, we're just gonna keep it basic and keep maybe a 10-minute window from the BTS. You can explore all over town, but if you're coming into town, the closer you stay to the BTS, the easier your life is going to be. Here is a second 7-Eleven, maybe 200 feet away at the Mercure Hotel. As we go down the way, that is the Hilton property, and you can walk on the side of the Hilton. I've showed it in my videos many times, and you'll pop out at the back entrance of their sister property, the Doubletree, and pop out on My Soi, Sukhumvit 26. Just a little shortcut. Across the street from the Mercure is the Skyview Hotel. It's not, I'm looking up there, it's not super tall, maybe 30 stories, but there's a rooftop bar and a couple of, if the rooftop bar is on, I don't know, call it Soi floor 32, then the other two restaurants are on the next 2 floors below. I think there's a Japanese restaurant right here down below. And I'm not exactly sure the Mercure and Ibis, if they're sister properties, I don't know what. It kind of looks like the 2 towers are attached, but I failed to mention there's an Ibis back as well. Oh, and here you go, the Vanilla Sky, I guess that's the rooftop bar on 35, the Mojo, pretty sure that's a restaurant on 32, the Character Whiskey Bar on 32, Prime All Day Dining on the 7th floor, and that Yankee Japanese on the ground floor, plus a Japanese kitchen. And here it is in the parking lot of the Skyview Hotel, this glass booth. It used to be a chicken stand. So he charges 450 baht for a haircut. It's more than some, less than others, but you're gonna get a quality cut. He takes like a half hour and real care with expats and different hair. He's not gonna scalp you. If you get a shave separate, I think it's 200 baht. If you do a haircut and a shave, it's 100 for the shave, so 550 haircut and a shave. Right below his hopefully new location, or not below, right behind, back there is a Muay Thai gym and another Japanese restaurant. And there's the Hilton, beautiful hotel. You can't see it in the dark, but right on the left here is some AstroTurf. You can walk back there, and that building you see tucked away in the back is the Doubletree on Soi 26. Many of these hotels do that. The Intercontinental and Holiday Inn, they're attached up in Chitlom. Hilton and Doubletree, they're also partners. Across the street from the Hilton is the Oakwood Suites. And then across the street from that, butting up next to the Hilton, is the Oakwood Residence, which I assume is more a serviced apartment compared to the Suites Hotel. Out in front of this Oakwood Suites, they have a super hot deal. Buy one, get one free wine. Buy 2, get 1 highball. Buy 2, get 1 draft beers. Many of these hotels, including the fancier hotels in town, go in, check out the rooftop bars or check out the fancy bars. They're really not that much. It's when you think about a Hilton and say New York City, the first thing that might come to mind is $18 beer, $22 beer. Over here, it's not going to be, let's say an average beer in town is, for a bottle of beer, 120 baht, 140 baht, happy hour, 90 baht. At one of these fancier bars in a hotel, and now some of the rooftop bars can get crazy, but even some of the just regular bars in the Hilton, they'll have 2-for-1 happy hours, and maybe the beers are 220 baht. So it's not going to break the bank. Go in and do a little bar hopping and check out some of these quote-unquote fancier places. And just getting our boundaries, let me zoom in here. At the very end there, the red light, that's Sukhumvit. That's the BTS Prompong. So from here to there, less than a 5-minute walk. Read the name of this building. It's something court, but I think there's only like 8 units in there. But next door is the Siri residence. We're getting to one of the first big, beautiful high-rises. And across the street from that, it's a little bit more old school, the Ariston Hotel. Across the street from the Ariston is the Hyatt Place. Probably my favorite hotel for Category 1. It's the lowest in the Hyatt chain, and oftentimes you can get a Hyatt card, get 60,000 points, and stay there for a week. I've seen it as low as 3,500 points and maybe 7,500 if you can get it. It sells out pretty darn quick. It used to come if you had status by having the Hyatt credit card through Chase. You used to be able to get a free, really good buffet breakfast. I think they've since knocked that off, but I'll tell you what, even if that breakfast is, say, $10 US, it's really worth it. There were carving stations and dim sum and on and on. I stayed there many times, and I think in 2016 it was only a couple of years old, so it's a fairly new property. And they also have the level 28 rooftop bar. Across the street from that is an older condo, the Premier. I don't know anything about it. It's not huge, but they appear to be very large units. In Phrom Phong, this close to the BTS, old or not, that's going to command a price. And this is the third 7-Eleven in 5 minutes. Garbage men hard at work. They dump the cans in and then pick through it. Pick out all the plastic and glass and aluminum. Hard work. Off to the right here is another older building. I'm looking at it, maybe 12 stories high, the Grandville House. And behind the Kyoto Massage there, you can't see it. It's the Kazumsuk Mansion. It's an interesting brick building. It looks like it should be sitting in Brooklyn somewhere. It's really cool with the fire escapes on the outside, maybe 10 stories high. But you'll find all kinds of interesting buildings like that. I actually looked up the price 3 years ago, and it was pretty darn pricey. I want to say 45,000 baht. So yeah, that was as far as I looked, but it was a sharp looking building. If you're into your plant-based diet, Bistro, and right next to that, Only Good Stuff. Let food be your medicine. I think one is a vegan place and plant-based. I don't know, is that also vegan, vegetarian? Call it what you'd like. Here's the Best Tailor right next door to that, and across the way is one of many Hopelands. I know there's another Hopeland up across from the W District, and I think there's one by Central World Mall. I'm sure there's more hotel / serviced apartments. I know people that have stayed in there long term. Here's a dry cleaning and laundry. I don't see the rates. 100 baht a kilogram is normally the going price for wash and dry and fold, or actually just wash and hang out and fold. But when I didn't think that would be cool. I don't have a dryer at my unit. I just do that. I wash it. You do put in fabric softener. You pull it out. You hang it on the line. You kind of shake it out, and it's pretty much good to go. I mean, break out the iron, but it's not necessary to go from the washer straight into the dryer like I did my whole life. Folks over here have been hanging to dry in this Bangkok heat. It's not really an issue. Right next to the rug store is the Veggie Sushi. So if you're looking for plant-based and veggie, this might be the place to come. This ASA Garden, I'm not exactly sure. I think it's a fancy massage place. Take it back. It's a fancy condominium, high, like 30 stories high. It's this Akira, I believe. I could be wrong on that. I know the fancy massage is here on the right. Nope, and I was wrong about that. The Akira is a facial place, and this is Trendy at 24, beauty salon. The massage place is a ways up here, right where that motorbike is pulling out. Little Japanese restaurant off to my right shoulder, and this is that fancy, larger spa, Pudara. But even in a fancy place, you can see Thai traditional massage, 400 baht for 60 minutes. Yeah, sometimes you'll see 250 around town in a smaller shop, but 300 is kind of the average rate here in this area of Bangkok. I know my girlfriend lives out in Lat Phrao, and I I think she pays $2.50, but she also leaves a little tip. And we're coming up to a little side street. We're less than 10 minutes from BTS. Across the way is a beautiful complex, the Siri 24. And going to the right here, I'm going my memory. There's a Japanese restaurant and karaoke place. I think it's karaoke. Yeah, I can't read the sign in the dark. It's the Nizu Club or something. Karaoke. And there's a couple of interesting buildings up this little side. So again, you're very close to the BTS. They're right about where those headlights are on the right is an old Thai building. Not condos, like a Thai apartment building. I think 20,000, 25,000 baht. However you want to look at it, you can call that a lot of money. You can call that a great deal for being less than 10 minutes from, you know, Prompong BTS. This is a little bit more expensive building. I don't know the prices. You can't see it in the dark too well. Again, I'm doing the best I can out here walking around at 5 in the morning. But I'm up, so I'm out getting some exercise and trying to show you a little bit of the sights. You're getting a little feel for the city coming awake on this early Saturday morning. Stepped in a pothole. There's the Silk Hotel and Restaurant, or Hotel and Residence, and there's restaurants down below. That's one of the larger Asia Herbs you'll see around town. That's Healthland, Asia Herb, LEK Massage. These are kind of the more popular, legit massage places. And there are 2 or 3 Les Raffines. I'll call these the fanciest condos in Bangkok. They're just beautiful. Here on 24, there's one on Soi 39. Many of the units have a jacuzzi or a mini dipping pool, whatever you call it, a mini swimming pool on the balcony. Beautiful. And of course, it's going to come at a high price. Off to the left is the Urban Deck Bistro and Bar. It's right below the Sabai Tower, maybe 10 stories high. And this is looking down 24. Just across the street is the Krung Thep Thani Tower, maybe 15 stories high, next to the Les Raffines. This is a really popular place, the Park Origin. I think there's 6 towers, and this, you could walk through there on this little sidewalk and you'll pop out on Sukhumvit Soi 22. So that's another little shortcut to get around town. And just across the way from that is the Staybridge Suites, part of the IHG family. That's Holiday Inn, Intercontinental. There's a Fuji supermarket down below. And my building, I wish there was a way to connect from my building, which is right there on Sukhumvit Soi 26, but it's all high walls. That would be perfect if I could just run over here to this Fuji market. And across the street from the Fuji, the Grand Setawan Luxury Apartments, a 7-Eleven below. In this area of the Staybridge is Ice Store, the only storage facility I know of. I'm sure they're around Bangkok, but this one's right in Central. And this is the Marriott Serviced Apartments. They also have 3 or 4 restaurants attached to the property. Also tucked away back there with the storage facility is a Wine Pro. Oh no, I'm good. Every taxi and tuk-tuk guy is, trying to get that last fare of the night. But that Wine Pro, I think it more specializes, and I'm not an expert on, maybe you can buy by the bottle, but it's definitely buy a box of wine or a case of wine, whatever you call it, and get a discount. So there you go. There's a little quick peek running up Sukhumvit Soi 24. I'm now maybe 15 minutes from the BTS, maybe another 8-minute walk, and we'll be at Rama 4. I'm not going down there right now. I'm getting a little tired. I'm going to head home and crash, but there's one more hot spot about where you see that last set of headlights, the Davis Hotel, a beautiful old school Bangkok hotel. There's even a section in the back kind of set up for weddings and all that's very ancient, tiki looking. I don't know if it's a reproduction of different Thai homes from hundreds of years ago, or if they built the hotel around some older homes, but it's worth a look. So thanks for following along. Come check out Prom Pong and Sukhumvit Soi 24. We will see you later. Have a good morning.